me a stalker. Now, being called a stalker is my trigger word because of years of middle school and high school being called that. So I was triggered. So I remember in one of my classes, in my government classes, one of the people that was part of the group, well, not in the group, but was at that little get together, saw me, and then their eyes like got really wide and they were whispering among themselves. That didn't help. That made me feel worse. So then I do recall one time that I got super frustrated with my roommate that I started recording him. Now, normally I wouldn't do this, but the meds brought on bad highs and lows. So he eventually figured out that I was recording him, not his face, but his voice, that I got so frustrated that I backhanded him. Normally, I don't do violence, but in that moment, I was very manic. So, it reached the breaking point, or about to reach the breaking point, when one of my classmates in my sociology class said, "Oh, they were calling you a stalker. They were saying, oh, thank God he's not there. He's causing problems." When they said that, I got really upset. Now, she wasn't there, but she overheard it. And that really set me off because I was trying as best as I could, trying to keep everything stable when I was losing my mind. So, I remember some details, some other things I don't remember. But I know that I decided my last week of school, my last week there, that I would get my own dorm room. So I got my own dorm room and everything, but I felt lonely because I was attached to these people already. So I do recall going back to the dorm room, but then I forgot my roommate brought his girlfriend for the weekend. Now, because we were first year freshmen, you can't have any guests. So he was clearly having sex with his girlfriend that I almost walked in, which did not help the situation at all between me and him. But when I was in the private dorm, I felt really upset. I felt like it was a fortress of solitude, that I was being punished, I was being separated, and I felt really isolated. It got to the point where I was texting somebody and I forget the situation or what was said, but I flipped out where I bolted out of the room, went back to the old dorm hall, threw my wallet down, and freaked the fuck out that they had to call the cops on me. Not because of my safety, it's because I was quote unquote harassing them, which I didn't know how to control because of everything going on. And I do recall when that was going on, I went straight to the RA's room and I called my parents and I said, I can't do it anymore, crying really hard and whatnot. So then I left the school. I was able to get some money out of the tuition. But then I recalled that I was still emotionally attached to them. I kept on calling them saying, "I'm sorry for what happened. Please don't be mad at me." But I was only making the situation worse by digging a hole that was already dug. And then I knew that I spent like 3, 4 months completely off social media because I was like, I can't do this. I'm going to be upset. I'm going to be triggered. And I recall having to go to my sister's wedding in Florida in the middle of January when I couldn't even go. I had no strength, no feeling of wanting to go, that I completely went crazy. Now, I don't remember a lot of the wedding, and a lot of my memory of school, of first year of college, is kind of wiped because I was on some sort of antidepressant, which did not work. But because of that whole situation, that's why I never got close to people. I never got close at the 2 year commuter school I went to, or I got close to Temple, which I ended up transferring to. Like, I always kept my distance. So then, in this current situation, I started becoming close to people that it really overwhelmed me. And then I started getting upset because a lot of those same feelings started coming up again. The feeling of being neglected, the feeling of being isolated, that everybody's going out and having fun, and I'm stuck at home or I'm stuck by myself. Because of that, that's why I flipped out. That's why I lashed out, made the remarks I made, and being blocked, that it brought back so many bad memories that, like, I haven't fully gotten over. So for a lot of the time, I try to keep it calm, keep it cool, but it's like it builds and builds till I explode. And I don't really know what to do in this situation. I know people say, oh, let it go, just simmer down. And I do try to simmer down, but I know that I'm really upset about everything. I don't know what to do. I feel overwhelmed. I feel like an asshole for what I did in this situation and the situation back at the school, that I don't know what I'm doing. And now I don't know if this is a plea for help or just me venting, but I don't know. I'm lost, I'm confused, and this whole situation has really put a dent in my mental health. It really has. Now, I am getting treatment, but the whole thing's completely bonkers. So, I don't know where this is going to lead me to. Probably another video, but I just needed a full on 16 minutes to vent. So, if you're still there, thank you for listening.